All right, so we are solving multi-step equations. We're actually just doing 2 steps today. Last week we talked about 1-step equations where all you had to do was add, or all you had to do was subtract, all you had to do was multiply, or all you had to do was divide. So today we have 2 things that we need to take care of. The goal is exactly the title. We're solving multi-step equations. That's what we're doing today. So here you see this in the journal section. Okay, in the journal section, it says you add or subtract, and then it says do these first. So what I mean by do these first is that draw a line like I'm doing right here. You are either going to add or subtract first. That is the first thing that you're going to do this math to solve the equations. Okay? So that's the first thing. You're going to either add or subtract. What you're going to add or subtract are the constants. Let's go over what that means again. A constant is just a number. It doesn't have a backpack. I'll call it just a plain number. A 4, a 5. So you're going to have these numbers, these constants, on the left side and the right side, and your job is to add or subtract and get them together first. And then it says multiply, divide. Do these second. So you're going to multiply and divide, do that second, okay? So, that's the second step. You're either going to multiply to get rid of the variable, or you're going to divide to get rid of the variable. Or get rid of the number next to the variable. So, let's start. On number 1 and number 2, I actually did these for you, so I just want to go through the how to do this. That's the whole point of numbers 1 and 2. All right, so we're just watching and following along on 1 and 2. So on 1 and 2, I was talking about those constants, remember? This 7 and this -8 are the constants. They need to go together. My first job was either to add or subtract. So adding or subtracting means getting the x alone. So whatever's in the way, move that first. The 7 was there. It needs to be added or subtracted first. I subtracted 7 on both sides first. Okay? My 7's then canceled, and I had a -8 and a -7. That's where I got my -15 from. So now I have 3x equals -15. So now it's about that multiplying or dividing next. 3x, get rid of the 3. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Okay, so that's there. Divide both sides by 3. These 3's canceled. -15 divided by 3, that's where you get the -5 from. So I subtracted and I divided. Okay? Number 2, which I did out for you. The 15 and the 9 are the constants. Those need to go together first. So I need to move the 15. I do that by adding 15. So you add 15 to both sides. We did that. The 15 and the 9 got together. They became a 24. So I had 6x equals 24. Then what? What would I do to get rid of to get the x alone? What would I do? 6? Yep, get rid of the 6. Since 6 is times, I do the opposite of times. You divide by 6 both sides, and that's what I wrote, so that's pretty easy. X equals 4. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. My answer, x equals 4. All right, ready to start number 3? All right, the constants go together. The numbers that are the same, that would be a 4 and an 11. Okay, what do I do if I eventually want this? X equals. What do I do? Okay. All right, the 4 is negative, yes. Add 4 both sides. Add 4 to both sides. Cool. Now, the 4 is canceled. Perfect. I'm really close to getting the x alone. But what's a negative 11 and a positive 4? Negative 7. 7x equals negative 7. Okay. Now, I still need the x alone. There's a 7 in the way. Any thoughts? What's the step? How do you say that, though? Divide. Both sides by 7. Cool. X equals, what's a negative 7 divided by positive 7? A 1. Is it positive or negative? Negative. Here's my check. Because remember, that doesn't go away. Checking is still a fantastic way for you to verify that you're getting the problem right. On number 3, I got 7 instead of x. Plug it in. Minus 4 equals negative 11. So now I'm going to do my math. 7 times negative 1. And then just fill in everything else. So my checking, my verify is, does negative 7 minus 4 equal negative 11? Is that yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So that means that my answer of negative 1 is correct because my check worked. Moving on to number 4. Okay. What numbers need to go together first? What numbers need to go together first? The 5 and the 1. Okay. And I heard some of you say subtract 5. How did you know to subtract? Why can't I add 5? Opposite. Good. To cancel out the 5, subtract 5 both sides. 2y, the 5s are gone, awesome, equals, okay, new people. If you volunteered, put yourself on mute. What is 1 take away 5? Negative 4. Okay, perfect. I'm almost done. The y is almost alone. Next step. Divide by 2. Right now, 2 is multiplied by y. What's the opposite of multiply? Just like you said, divide by 2, both sides. Divide by 2 on both sides. Y equals negative 4 divided by positive 2. Negative 2. Check would look like this. I'm saying that the checks are optional. I mean, it's completely up to you if you want to verify to get it right or wrong. It takes extra time, but if you want to do it, I say do it. Okay, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 5 equals a positive 1. Yeah, 1 would equal 1. Yes. Good. Number 5, we're going to do with the people at our table. So, spend time right now. Do number 5 with the people at your table. All right, out loud. Now you teach me how to do it. Go.
Minus 8.
Minus 8.
Minus 8. 60 equals 24.
Wow, look how slow I'm going, guys. Not quite ready for your speediness.
6c.
Okay, then what?
Divided by 6. Divided by 6.
Okay. It's not a race, guys. Hold up.
C equals 4.
All right, awesome. Last one, please change it to this. That's why you don't work ahead. Last one, please change it to what you see on the screen.
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
No, I have no fractions in
Because
the.
I did it so you.
Okay. I had to throw in a fraction one. 1 through 5 are all like the same looking. That's not good. So here we go. First job, new people. 11 equals r divided by 2 minus 1. I need to get the constants together. Add 1 to both sides. Perfect. So this is, hold up. I'm here still. 12 equals r divided by 2. So r is divided by 2. How do I get rid of something that's divided? What's the inverse operation? Multiply. That's what you're going to do with the 2. And if you like the 2 over 1, because that helps you remember that they diagonally cancel.
And then it becomes R1. Or 1R, I mean.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6.
All right. R is alone. On the right. You could put 1R, you could put R, whatever you like. And then the left side, 2 times 12. 24. Okay? So 1 through 5, you had to divide the number in front of the variable. So I needed to make sure that you knew what to do when you see one like this. So number 6 now has already a division sign, r divided by 2, so you had to multiply to get the r alone. Since this had a minus 1 up here, I knew that I had to do the opposite of minus, so I added. This said r divided by 2. So I do the opposite of division. I multiplied.
I see that.
All right. Great. Let's go on to classwork.